Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today it's back into Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. This is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI. And we're now up to January 17th of the year 1943. I almost said 42, but we have gone a long ways. This has been a multi-chaptered story indeed. Lots of yin and yang, forwards and backwards, advance and retreat. Okay, I'll stop. Hey, Sarge the Rager, how are you? Battling Geezers here. Hello to you, sir. Thanks for dropping by. No, Timothy, you are not late for once. No tardy slip for you. Thanks for coming by. Today, I was going to do the air offline, but there's not a whole lot to do with the air, so I thought, well, we'll just do it together. I try to do everything I can on the channel unless it just is going to take too long. Like last time with all the different command switches, I didn't want to make you sit there while I muttered to myself. Maybe that's what you claim you do anyway. But I didn't want you to sit there while I muttered to myself about various commands and how I was going to get them down underneath their command limits. So I did that offline, but I thought with the air, I mean, at some point we're going to have to think about bringing our air assets back onto the map. But two reasons I've got them off now is the bad weather, for one. Now, we still have some fighters out there, and we destroyed a lot of Soviet aircraft last time on a couple of different battles, just with having some fighters around the map at kind of big key locations. But I like in the winter, I think it's best to have them in the big places like Minsk or something like that, because the other reason I wouldn't want to have them on the map is they draw supply and we need, or freight, and we need as much freight as last freight as we can, as much last, whatever. I got confused. I was looking at the comments. We need as much freight as we can get on the map, and so if we put those air assets back in the reserves, maybe that'll free up something. I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to make a huge difference, but it may. I mean, it may make a little difference. Hey, Stanley, how's it going? Good to see you, Stanley. Yeah, that XT or well XTRG. When we play this game against XTRG, that's going to be a lot of fun. But the Laudric, man, Laudric has been far more than I bargained for. Stanley, he's a riverboat gambler with those Japanese carriers, and I like it. It's made it fun. It's actually not going my way quite as much as I would like so far, but we'll see what happens. We're about a month ahead of what you see on the videos, and so a lot more has happened. Believe me, some good, some bad, but it's going to be a lot of fun as we go forward because he is a very aggressive player. Um, Okay, let's play the game. I'm 3.5 to 4 minutes usually. If you don't want to hear me yap, you can always go to about the 3.5, 4 minute mark. That's when I try to get out on the map. But I like to give people a chance to get here once I put the video up. Let's see what we have air-wise. I'll kind of scoot out a little bit so we can really see. We've got the fighters here, JG-51. We've got 60 of them ready. Okay, out here at Lapel. Now, the problem is Lapel isn't getting much supply because even though it's got a rail line here, that rail line doesn't go directly from the big rail line. Instead, it comes all the way around here and then back. And so Lapel is getting, it's going to take trucks to get over here. So I think we actually should move JG51. The question is to where? I'm probably going to put it right back in this area, I guess. Let's see if we can get on some airfields here. These two. Yeah, Glubco and P-Town. I'm not even going to try that one. Let's do that as an immediate transfer. All right. And back they go. Okay, so they transferred back here. So now we've got a lot of aircraft here. We got to protect this area, and we're going to. We're going to scoot around here. So don't say, well, why in the hell would you move them there? They're right in the Soviets' path. We've got to hold this area. So we've got the rail line that runs up here, a good depot that we have here. So we're going to scoot things around and keep scooting them around, and eventually form our line, what I hope is our line from here up this way. We've got a little minor river. We've got woods. We've got swamp. It's very defensible right there. Kind of up and around, here or here and so on and so forth. So we will, if we don't get enough over here, I'll move all of this at some point because we can't have that get overrun. But KG-55's back here. That's got 92 bombers. We've got the TAC bombers up here, 124 TAC bombers. Okay. JG-51's here with another 60. So we've got 73 in JG-3 and 60 with JG-51. It's a lot of fighters. Actually, one of those fighter groups I probably should put down here. We've got 40 TAC bombers there, and we've got 116 ready, mid-level bombers there. I think actually I will take this group and move them down to Minsk. I want some fighters down here. Let's do it. We got to hold Minsk, and so we're gonna, throw everything we can into the defense of Minsk, and so I'm not so worried about putting it so close to the front because we've got stuff here, and we've got more coming. So our level bombers are back here. That works for me. TAC bombers out here, that probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's move these TAC bombers south somewhere. I don't know, maybe onto this airfield. I like that airfield. Brody. Okay. Immediate. Let's do it. And down they go. So we've got some TAC bombers down here. I probably need some fighters in and around with them. I've got, oh, there, well, we do. JG-52 is here at Lutsk. Those are our fighters. Okay, so that lines up nicely. KGs, these are fighter bombers. I think they're, no, these are level bombers. Yeah, KG. Da da da. Okay, KG. They're level bombers. All right, that's fine. So level bombers, TAC bombers, and fighters up here. And then down this a ways, we've got JG-54 fighter group here. We could move that a little this way. How many fighters do we have? The Hungarians only have 4. The Italians have 36. Okay. And then we've got Hungarian bombers, a few of them back here. So I think I will move, and maybe back here where we're probably going to get a little better supply anyway. Let's move these fighters around this way a little bit. Where can we put them? Nowhere great. Okay, I guess kind of in this area, and we'll do an immediate transfer with them as well. Okay, I think that's the error. I mean, I don't know what else to do. We don't have the transport group. We could move back to Bucharest, but I want to look at their ranges. So if we look at these guys, engines to radius 105 in miles. I always forget where exactly I find this. Where is their range? Max speed, climb rate, radius. Can't just be 105 miles. I did know this at some point. I mean, I would think it would be radius, but that doesn't seem right to me. That seems awfully light. Okay, we'll come back to that. I'll look around after the episode, and I'll move this transport group maybe back to Bucharest or maybe a little closer up here, like here. So, we can fly across here and get more into Sevastopol. But I think that's going to do it. We've got the one transport group. I'm also going to look around in the reserves. So I'm not going to do it now. Well, I say that, but we're doing it. I just want to make sure we didn't have any transport aircraft back here. We've got a lot of recon aircraft, obviously, a lot of level bombers. As someone pointed out, when you use the level bombers for dropping freight, it does cost you AP. Now, we don't really have any AP problems, but just something to keep in mind. We've got a lot of fighter bombers squadrons back here. Now, they haven't built very quickly. Gosh darn it, get down there. There we go. But we do have some planes. We'll get them out there. I mean, most of these are fighters, even though they're, fighter bombers. They're trained as fighters. 19 Romanian fighters. We may put those back out at some point, but we're not going to do it this turn. So let's just get going. Let's look at our doctrines. Uh, doctrines, directives. We've got ground support in the north. We've got ground support. Now we've just got that on Army Group Dawn. Well, let's change that. I also want this to be on Army Group B. So let's go to the directives for Luftflotte 4, and we'll go to ground support, and we'll go to Army Group B. Done. 17th Army, that's up north. Oh, we've already got it on Army Group Dawn. That's fine. Yep, Army Group B, done. Okay. Oh, did I just change the one that I already had? Gosh darn it. I hate when I do that. Now let's find Army Group Dawn again. There it is. Okay, and we'll confirm that as well. Okay, all done. Okay, there go the air directives. Yep, play them out. And we'll be a little bit maybe more aggressive. I don't know. We'll see as far as ground support on our actual attacks. Yeah, the Army hasn't seen the dawn in a long time. I noticed that earlier as I was like, well, it just worked out that way that I have Army Group Dawn in charge of guys that are nowheres near the dawn. Indeed. Hey, Anthony. Oh, you didn't get an alert? Um, interesting. Huh. I wonder why. Okay. Yeah, we're hoarding recon planes. I just want to have a lot of recon planes. So I use them as my private jet around. Sure. Okay, let's get down on the map and let's see. Now, someone in the comments had mentioned thinning the Narva line. I don't think we can do that. I mean, I think we have to keep something in each one of these hexes because if he pours through here, for one thing, Talon is worth points, right? So if he gets to Talon, it's 16 points right now with the bonus. But the bigger issue would be if he started flooding through here, we've got no way of stopping him. I mean, we're not even holding him here, much less if we had to try to hold up here too. So this has actually worked out perfectly. I mean, thank goodness Lake Peepus is here. I'm sure I'm not the first person to that said that in history, but Lake Peepus is acting as our best defender in the north. So yeah, I'm not moving any of this. I mean, that would be foolish, I believe. Although I've been wrong before in this game, you may find that shocking. Heavy howitzer gun. Okay, we've looked at these a million times, but let's see what's starting to become available because we do have things coming in and out of the reserves, and I just want to see, what's up at OKH, what's at 16th. 16th has a labor detachment, but most of the rail in the north is in very good shape. And we look at our depot situation. I'm not sure how we could possibly have between Pskov to Narva, it would be very hard to have more depots closer to the line than we do now. I really don't think we could add much more. I think maybe we could add one over here somewhere, but I'm not going to. When it's within 3 hexes, they do it by horse anyway, and it doesn't wear out your trucks. Okay. As we move down here, we do have this mech unit that came on the scene, and I named this the heroes of Pskov. Those Finns, they have been standing strong there forever and doing an incredible job. We've got 16th out here. Let's look at our rail and just make sure I was correct that there's no rail issues in the north. Not really. There's some right back here, but I don't think that that's really affecting anything because you see this depot didn't get anything anyway. I mean, we could go fix this. Maybe the reason, well, maybe they're not sending freight here because some of this rail is damaged, but we've got, they're on railways. I don't think we're having any issues getting into the north here with freight. Let's hit 8 really quickly. I'm just kind of curious if it's going port to port at all. No, not really. It's probably because those are twos. Well, these are ones, though, and they're export. This should be import, but it's decided to send it all by rail instead. And you can see this, the rail's getting a little yellow, but that's not a big deal. We got a little orange in the rail. Where's our freight coming from? Well, we're getting, it's coming up to Tallinn. Also here, we're storing up freight there. It's going out to this. These guys should have built up a little bit. Looks like they did 1231. They haven't gotten any food. Not really. I mean, they've gotten 20%, but no bullets, no fuel out here. But they've gotten 20% fuel or food. 1,200 men. It's just something to drop back into. It's actually probably would be better to sit here, but I'm not going to give up level 3 forts at this point, especially with these guys that are sitting in the heavy woods. They're 71 and 55. This is only 36. Now, we could drop these two back, but I don't want to give up Narva itself, which is also should be defendable, but this is down to 30 on the defensiveness. I'm not really sure why that would have gone down a little bit. It was up in the 50s. We've got 14,000 men, 14,5, 15,2, 16. These guys, there is attrition out here when counters sit by each other. They do a treat each turn. We're still at 80 of 81, which is, I mean, that's not great actually for having it's sat here for 8 months, at least 10 months, something like that, maybe a whole year. Uh, I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. I'm not sending more forces up here. We could try to drop back here, but I'm not going to give up those fort levels. So we're just going to leave it. 16th Army, we've been down all of these before. He's at 28 of 27. Okay, what is 18th Army at? 26 of 27. So one of the two of them is going to be over. We may as well leave it on 16th. That's fine. This has been sitting here forever. The Soviets don't seem to have any inclination to go over the land bridge here. Excellent. Please don't. Please don't. We've gotten pushed back a little bit here, but as you can see, I mean, we've kind of, we've stiffened the line here at some point. The real problem is down here where he's just bustling through here. But much like we've done in the past, I think I've got to start over here and move backwards because we won't really know what we need to move south until we know what we can move north. Now, the problem is this is not the best terrain to be moving around in. And so, how much can we get up here is open to debate. I mean, the big problem is like, take this motorized. We can get this motorized up here, but what could we get here? Not a whole lot, right? And so, maybe the Panzer Division, he can get here, but I don't want to give up Dagapils if we don't have to. Now, this motorized division, he can't move very far. He's only got 16 movement points. Um, so we've got a problem on the scooch. This is more of a scoot. We can't scoot that far, but we'll figure it out. Hey, TBJ, how are you? Um, it should be. Yeah, we should rename Army Group Dawn, maybe Army Group Romania. Uh, Yeah, it's you should be able to rename them, right? Oh, I'm not touching it, Nord. Nord says, leave it alone, the Narva line. I'm not going to mess with the Narva line. That's my pride and joy of this game at this point. It's where things have worked out the best, certainly. Um, I am going to attack this unit at some point and move back into this hex. Now, the problem, of course, is he's pushing this way too, but that's part of the reason I brought this mech unit out here, and a very strong one. We could also try to attack this and this and just push here a little bit. The problem is we've got big issues down here. I mean, he's pushing. Obviously, the AI can smell Riga, and he's going for it. He's busting this way, and he's busting this way, and we don't have enough here to stop him. And so we're gonna have to start, splitting up some of these double stacks like these two guys. But I'm gonna work backwards. And so I'm going to take the kind of the tip of the spear out here, and let's see how far back we can get these guys. All right, we can go a good distance now. We're starting to create a little space. Um, that's a strong unit. How far can these guys get back? Okay, they can get back a little ways. He can get back a little ways. All right, we kept enough room that it. But not this guy. Oh, it's always something. I thought we'd kept by keeping this 3 wide, I thought we were okay. But I think if we knock this out of the way with something, we'll be okay. And I may you son of a gun. Um if I attack with any of these, they're not going to be able to move anyway. Can I attack with that? Well, crap. We got to find something to attack that with. I'm tempted to the motorized would have 21 there. But I want to get the motorized the heck out of here. Like this motorized has got to move around here, so this Panzer could move around here, so on and so forth. Um, okay, before I do that, let's go and transfer some things. Let's put this back into the reserves. We've got these cores out here. Is he commanding anything? No. 26th Corps. 7th Corps is, and this is Gustav Fenn, 7556. Meanwhile, this is Müller, 756 and 6. Neither one of them are great, let's be honest. Who is this? Oh, Airline. Airline's pretty good, I think. So, well, 7557. Not terrible. I'd rather keep Airline out here than any of the others. I'm going to put these guys back in the reserves, or one of them. Actually, I'm going to do one. Let's do this guy. Transfer unit, Axis reserves. We'll bring them back out when we bring the divisions back out of the reserves, but there's no reason to have them up here eating our freight if we don't need them. Ninth Army, obviously we're going to keep the armies out here. Ninth Army, Fourth Army, Second Army, and Third Panzer Army. Although Third Panzer Army really doesn't have a damn thing. He's got this one infantry unit or one infantry corps. Don't think that's doing a whole lot of good. So nothing else to move back. This guy, let's turn back on logistics. We've got him here as supposedly acting as a super depot, although he didn't really do much of it last time. There's nothing really to do here. We may want to build a depot or two in this area. Hopefully we're going to be back to here, but now this really throws a wrench in that. I think if this goes back, well, see, he's only going to have 3 if he tries to go there. He's got to go this way. These are not strong units. Let's take the one that has 13 movement points and try to attack here. What is it shows us as an even battle. Are we going to have to use both of them? I think we are. Oh, I don't want all 4 of those. I want these 2. All right. I think if we knock him back, then those other guys can move. All right, so we rip that cavalry out of there. 120, 489, 7 and 1. I didn't use any ground support there. I've still got it off. Now yeah, that opened this up. Okay, thank goodness. But now these guys can't. Oh, they can still get out of here a little bit. Okay, that worked probably better than I hoped it would. These guys. Okay, let's start just taking them back slowly. Luftwaffe field. Okay, let's move that headquarters right there. He's got these guys. Let's move him back a little bit because they're going to be scooting around just so I can see what I've got. These guys not strong. I probably want to put these guys back in the reserves at some point, but we're not there yet. Okay, here's the guys furthest west. How far can they go and where are they going to go? They could start taking this line here. Where do we want to draw it though? Starting probably in this hex, I think. Um, how far can they go? They can go quite a ways. How far can you go? Okay, you can go to that hex. 6,058. Not great. Sorry. I've just got to measure this out so I know what I should move first. I just want to make sure I don't leave anything behind. He can go to there, they can go to there, he can get quite a ways out. This motorized obviously can. The guys in town cannot. Okay, well, I'm glad I looked. These guys would be trapped, but I'm probably not falling back much here anyway. If anything, I would be bringing things down this way to try to hold this line a little bit better. We also have this rocket unit that's just hanging out here and a panzer division that can go up and around or up and around this way. Why don't we take this infantry's in crap shape. He's not so bad. He's in terrible shape. He's in bad shape. This infantry's really not doing well. Um, all right, I'm going to take this unit. I don't want him to squirt this way, but maybe I do it with the panzers. Panzer. Who's he here with? He's here with Ernst Highway to Hell. Okay, I'm gonna wait on that. We are gonna attack that and knock that back if we can. But let's get these guys moving then. All right, I'm gonna take the pink and move it down this way. He's got 7,344 men. Not great, but better than what we have in some other places. Move, there we go. All right, off he goes. And then we've got the next division. He can get down here and take the place, and that's a strong division. So let's put him right there. Okay, and we can eventually move this motorized out. This needs to go back to the reserves. That motorized is just completely chewed up. Let's get him back here and sit on that headquarters on the rail line, and we'll get him back to the reserves. Now then, we've got this division that can come around and get behind these guys because the line is going to be right here this time. We will have Vitebsk for another turn, I guess. We're going to have to. So we'll have that line right there. Is this strong? Well, I wouldn't go that far. Um, Now then, let's move these Luftwaffe field divisions. Let's get them back here. We'll just stack them with something. I just kind of want them out of the way, really. So we'll stack them with whatever goes there. That's fine. Now these guys can go back a little further and around, kind of behind here. We've also got the head. Let's just move this headquarters really fast, and we'll go stack him with his guys there. Okay, so just a little buff there. All right, now we'll take these guys a little further to the north, and we'll put them here. He could go back here or a little further. This is a strong unit, so let's actually put him. We'll stack him with that. This unit not quite as strong. We'll get him going back this way, get him out of the way, and we'll put the headquarters there for now. Okay. Uh, he's going to be a little bit on his lonesome here. If I move this forward with the 14,000, he can't move again. Let's put him there actually and make the line right up this way. That's fine. Luftwaffe can't move. This Luftwaffe can't move. Okay, he's strong enough to hold here, or he should be. Let's get the guys in gold. Nah, first of all, let's do these guys. 12,000 strong here along the line. We'll move him there. We've got that Luftwaffe Field Corps. We'll just kind of put him back here with his Luftwaffe divisions. Okay, this guy can come. That should be strong enough to hold. This guy can come here, and He can go there for a double stack. Now then, these guys in blue can come here and take this line, or they could go into Vitebsk, but I think I want to get them all the way back here. So let's bring him back there and there. We just have to keep it 3 wide to get out of here. And there. So we'll just triple stack these guys. Why not? The men in gold. Let's bring them all the way to, do these guys, anybody have any movement points? No. Where's your headquarters, sir? It's 53rd Corps. There it is. Cleveland. We'll just put that there for now. What else do we have there? That's 53rd Corps as well. 500, yeah, let's get him back here to get ready to go back to the reserves next time. He's pretty much done for, and we'll move Kleeman just one more. Okay, so we've got a line, we've got this line coming around here. He can go behind that triple stack, that's fine. Now the men in gold, 4,000 men. That's not going to do anything, but these guys are a little stronger. Ooh, I see what we can do instead, maybe. Yeah, this double stack, let's actually bring it here and here. We will double stack it. That's fine. And then the guys in gold, they'll come here. All right. So 1, 2, and the third one's in bad shape. Let's get him back and ready to go to the reserves. He can stand here in somewhat of a defensive posture, but hopefully he doesn't get in any action. And then we'll bring this headquarters back, I don't know, to here. Okay. Now these guys in green, let's have them come here in the light woods. 6,000 men, 5,800. It's not the strongest force in the world. We'll just have him kind of go behind these guys. Okay, and then he's also got this group that is going to come around to here. And here, or I should double stack there, I think. Let's double stack that. All right. We've got this infantry. He's not in great shape, obviously. Let's go back here. All right, we're going to pull out of Vitebsk. Meanwhile, these guys, let's see, 89. Okay, we should be able to hold that even if he comes through here. These guys, I'm going to try to get him as far over here as I can into the woods. Let's move this Panzer Corps or this Panzer Division, or at least start to, and see if he can go into those woods. 111. What about the guy with 12? Yeah, he can get out here. What's here? A headquarters. Let's back the headquarters back. We'll just stack with that. Guy with 12. That's a clear hex. That's light woods. That's light woods. I'd like to get this guy moving around as well. He's not in the best shape, but he can help somebody. Let's put him like here, and I'll redo these commands, of course, obviously. He'll come around there, so I'm going to need something there because I'm going to move the motorized. That's double stacked, even if it's crap double stack. Okay. Let's go there. And this guy can go here. All right, fine. Uh, Now then, let's get the motorized over here. We'll put him right on the rail line. So we're out of Vitebsk. It wasn't really helping us much anyway at this point. So let's disband the depot. All right. No planes there. None that I can see anyway. And then we've got this last Panzer division that I'll bring to there so that we can free up the other Panzer division, this one, to come around. Hmm. How far do I want him to go? I need something there. Let's see if. Oh, crap. That infantry can't really move. What's his deal? He's got 6,900 troops. That's not good enough. He's going to have to come here. He's going to back up one onto the rail line. Okay. He's got 13. There we go. That's what I was looking for. He's going to come around here onto into the woods. Sure. Let's bring him to the woods. Actually, let's bring him to the woods there so he's a little further around. I may have to abandon this just slightly, this area. Okay, so looking back here, this all is fine. Even if he comes through or down here, we've got two divisions stacked together. They're not particularly strong, but they're still stacked together. We've got this motorized. There we go. The problem is that infantry is not very strong. Can this two get over here? No. No. What's underneath here with a lot of movement points? Okay. Okay. We may have to back something over here to go here because I think I really need this motorized kind of in this area or here. Then I could actually move him back. I've got the motorized there. This motorized can go here, and this motorized can come up and around. I know I'm going to do that much, so I may as well do that. This motorized needs to come probably here, straight in front of Riga, and double stack with that unit. I think it's got to. I don't think we have any choice. What do I have here? Headquarters, Luftwaffe Field Division. Yep, that ain't going to work. Um, I actually need both of these around here, but I don't think I can get that in at Daugavpils. I may have to give that up. I don't want to. We don't have any good depots out here. Okay, to the comments I go. I hope we make a swamp rat's pocket, my friends. Uh, hey Sergey, what's up? Good to see you. Well, some of it's planned. To be fair, some of it's planned. We're obviously not in the best position, so were there easy answers? I wish. I think he just can't get to Daugavpils. Gosh darn it, it's killing me. Um, that would be a tank on tank battle, quite probably. I think I might have to give up Daugavpils. I don't see how I'm going to keep it because I got to get these two motorized around there. I don't see any other way. He can't go there, and he can't get there either. This is like the only unit that can get into Daugavpils. It's because it's across the river, even if it's frozen. Um, this unit's so weak too. 82, 83. Well, he's actually better than I thought he was. He's in the swamp. This infantry, this is also swamp. Yep, not doing that. Polesia in the swamp. I think what I may have to do is take this mech unit and move it north. Can I get it into Daugavpils? Oh, I can't get it into next there. Ooh, I could get it in over here though. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this guy around to the north of this mess, or I could bring him in right here. Probably makes the most sense. Well, I want to be across the river. Go mech on mech action. Um, this is a clear hex. Yeah, I think we've got to bring this guy here, and this mech, maybe I bring down here and just try to cut this off. We've got to get this under control. I don't want to give up Dagapils. This is actually in pretty good shape. I could try to attack out of here with him. That would be interesting, but I don't want to wear him down. I really wish this guy could get up and around, but he can't. Okay, so I've got this infantry. I'm actually am going to just put him there. Um, this infantry, he's in a clear hex. I'm going to leave him right there for the moment. I don't want this to get surrounded, obviously. 1 and 1. All right, well, we know we're going to bring this Panzer Division around here somewhere, but where? I think I'm going to put him there to cut down on the potential that this gets surrounded. And I think I'm going to try to hold that. And I think I'm going to try to cut a lot of this off or some of this off with the mech units if I can. If I bring in one here, I could hold them back for a turn. You know, a lot more is coming. I am going to back this guy up one. And now we kind of cup around there. 12 on the infantry. Well, this infantry can get out here, although he's not terrible. But I'd rather this be stacked. He can't move any further. The infantry can. Oh, this motorized is strong. Perfect. Okay, I got it now. Or what I think I've got. Let's put this guy in the woods. Then here. He can move up. I don't like that either. Not really. This is a strong motorized unit. I'm going to put him right there. Okay, and then I'm going to take this infantry and I'm going to put him in the woods here. All right, so we've got a little hole of 2. Now the real problems, of course, are here, 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 so on, so forth. I mean, there are plenty of them, but let's just deal with what we could deal with right so far. Now this Panzer division can also get moving. That's incredibly weak. So is that. Gosh, these guys are in bad shape right here. I think I'm going to have to stack with them, unfortunately. Um, if they break through that, well, let's put this Panzer division. Oh, I've got this infantry back here. Not that he's going to do much either, but it'll get in the way. Okay, I think I'm going to leave. This guy's probably going to get routed, but I don't see any way quite around that, to be honest. I also have this Panzer division, though, that could come up here. This guy could come around, which would allow him to move into the woods there. And I'll get a little infantry going up this way. Man, I wish I could get this guy, I wish there was some way to move him. I think what I'm going to have to do is do this. Move him there. I'm going to scoot him around on this roadway in case this cavalry tries to get squirrely on me out here. I think that'll work. We do have a little gap here. I get that, but it's not the best of terrain, and I'm not really sure where he'd be going. I guess Vilnius, but I don't think he could get there. This unit almost assuredly is going to have to stack with somebody. I think what I'll do is actually take this motorized and stack right there because I'd rather lose motorized than infantry or than panzers. Sorry. Um, And then I'll bring this Panzer division around as well, put him in this clear hex. All right, so we're getting a lot back here. Now we've got a lot of infantry here now, enough to where I dare, take this Panzer division over here as well? I'm not quite sure about that. I think what I'd like to do is have him on reserve, but what best way to do that? Well, I think I'm going to take both of these guys and move them here first, right there. And then I'm going to take this infantry and hit this rocket group, and we do knock him back this way. The reason I moved around is they have a tendency to go where there's the least amount of zone of control. Well, that was going to be this way, and so now we knocked him back. Then I guess, boy, I'm tempted to bring him up here too, but I think I just want him here on reserve. Okay, now then, I think I'm going to take this mech unit, as much as I don't want to, and move it north because I think I have to. Something has got to get in this sector here. We just don't have anything that can stop this onslaught right out here. He could get off the train there. This infantry is in swamp. I guess I could hinge him back a little bit, but man, I'm running out of room. Light. Let's go back down here. Grab him again. I've got the Panzer division here now, so I think that's okay. Let's take this guy by train to here, this mech division. Let's get him off the train. We still have 10 movement points, so we can get him lined up how we want him. He was in swamp. That's swamp, swamp. I could either put him here, but I think he's got to go down here. It's clear. It's right in front of a tank corps, but I think this is where we have to go. So I'm going to put him right there to take on this tank corps. Now, with this motorized, I'm going to go ahead and attack out and hit this cavalry unit and try to get this to go flying. And we do. We scoot that back. 116 are our losses. 600. He also lost 7 planes. That gets blown out of there. And maybe we put a little bit of fire out right in this area. I mean, we've got mech, Panzer, 2 motorized, and another Panzer on the way. If that doesn't stop him, well, we probably weren't going to stop him anyway. The problem now is this is obviously a little exposed. This unit's not great, but he's not the worst unit I've seen in the game. Got him in front of here now. If he were to break through this way, the problem is this guy could move a long ways if he gets through this zone of control. He's 82, 83, 83, 32. What if I bring this guy down here? What's that going to do for me? I could put him on the train. He's still on the train. I could let him off here. Just got to be so careful up here, right? We may have to leave this setup for a turn anyway to try to put out this fire. All right, I'm going to bring him down here and we'll take him off the train. So we've got the 2 big new mech units that we had. And now this is swamp and light woods. He's on a depot here in the clear. Okay, I'd rather be in the clear. Here is in the clear. That's light woods. That's fine. He's still got some movement points. I mean, I could have tried to attack out here to see what we got going on, but I'm not going to. I could also try. Nope, not going to do any hasty attacks. And before you start yelling, I'm just looking. I'm not actually attacking. I'm just looking. Let's back this guy up into the light woods. Let's get rid of this depot. Okay. And let's also back him up. What is this? Clear, clear. Let's put him in the light woods. Okay, so now this is starting to look a lot stronger, at least than it did. He can't go any further. This Luftwaffe field division I'll just put on the depot. And we've got the mech. Yeah, I'm going to leave him on the clear on the rail line. That's swamp as well. I'll just move him back here. Lightwood, swamp. Okay. I think that actually works better. And then I'll take these 2 units and put them on top of this depot. This guy is probably my weakest link, up and down this area. We've got double stack. Polizia needs to build up. He's not very strong, but they would have to go through the swamp to get him. What about these guys? Oh, that doesn't look great. What does that look like? 3.9. Nah. What is this? Light woods. There's a lot of water in that hex. 8 and 7. How much is in this hex? 8 and 7. Okay. What about this hex? I think I'm going to put him right there. Hopefully their zone of control, even if the bust through here, holds that up a little bit. All right. As we move down here, then we've got 9,000, 9,611. What I'm going to do is take one of the infantry. Which one's better? Well, the 370th is better. All right, I'm gonna take him and Totenkopf and hit this guy and blow him out of this hex. All right, so that routes. We lose 180 men and 7 guns for 1036, 14, 8, and 8. We'll take that. So we got him out of that hex. Now you could make the argument we should also hit here, but I'm not sure if this is giving me the right information at all. We've got 16,000. This is a brand new infantry division. So we could take this unit and move it, which would allow me to take the mech division and go here. This is really strong, though. I don't think I want to move. I think I want to be double stacked there. This is sort of a double stack, right? It's Luftwaffe Field Division, though. That barely counts. He's only got 9,000 men. If we look at the defensiveness, let's take the depots off. X 20, well, it's got to be higher than that, but they just had some fatigue doing that attack. 19.7. That's the problem right there, is the 7. Now he's a 6. You can see the mech comes in here and is a 21. Again, I don't want to move him. That's a 19 on his own, but I'm going to get these Panzer divisions up here and really do one of two things. I'm either going to try to break through right here and run some kind of mini pocket just to get rid of this bulge to the best I can, or we're just going to come out here and start blasting people near Pskov once, if actually I'm probably not going to do that, but I may run some kind of little mini pocket right here across these clear hexes. Uh, we may, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we've dropped this back. I think all of this is fine. I can't transfer him back this time. Okay, I mean, a lot of this is weak, but so be it. I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Oh, I do want to take the rail. Let's turn on logistics again really quickly. We've got to build some more depots, especially in this area, but I'll do that next time. And when I do that, I'll move that rail and go sit on top of it. Now, this is a really important rail right now, too, right? Because, where's this all getting freighted out of? Well, a lot of it's coming out of here anyway. As we move down this way, do we have anything that can move and scoot around? Because we need help over here, obviously. We always do. I mean, this has been in bad shape for a very long time. But if the line is going to run right up here, these guys, where's the river to these guys? Minor river to the northeast. So there is the river. It's hard to see. It's right there. Not that the river matters when it's frozen. You don't have to tell me that. But when it unfreezes, I want to be in a decent position. Is that a strong unit? Not really. That's not really that strong either. Just don't need him to bust through here. These guys, they're not in great shape either. I actually could back these guys up onto here because they're with their headquarters, and we could pull out of Orsha. All decisions for next time. Yeah, I'm gonna change the commands. Don't worry. Um, I'm not gonna leave those all in OKH. I'm gonna put a Panzer Corps up there with all of those, with the mechs and the two Panzer divisions that I have over there, and the motorized. Probably two Panzer Corps up there. Um, All right, guys. I think we'll pick up right here tomorrow. I'm really, really going to try to get to the end of the map tomorrow. And then what's tomorrow? Thursday? Is that right? Then we'll turn the turn Friday, come back Saturday. We're going to keep on streaming this. I'm going to start really trying to move so we can get that game with XTRG going. If we can get through this next little bit, I think we're going to be fine. Um, we got to get this Pskov situation settled. But once we do that, then it's all about making it to the next check. If we make it to the next check, I'm pretty confident we're going to win the game. But we got to get there. We got to get there. For all the belly achers out there, we're still going to win the game. There for a minute, even I had doubts, but we're gonna be fine now. Um, anyway, let's get back after tomorrow. I'll see you at 3 o'clock Pacific Coast time. And when I do,